How do you feel about the lack of black representation of the Oscars completely this year?
The thing about stuff like that, me personally, I say I believe in get your own shit. You know, like that's like driving past your house, and because you got a nice house, you owe me the right to be in your home, and that's not fair. You know, yes, we want equal rights to a certain point, and it's just me maybe because I'm not in no films right now, and I feel a certain way, but I know I tell the truth. And the thing about being in those type of films is that they've been talking about trying to do the right thing since Eddie Murphy in 1984 at the Oscars and prior before then too. Hopefully with the new president, she can make a change. But if they don't want you in the movies, they don't care if you don't show up because obviously you're doing exactly what they want. What they should do is everybody should show up and make a huge difference. Make instead of the Oscars, make so many Afro-Americans be there, it turns into the Oscars/BET Awards.
Right. Speaking of the B.E.T. Awards, did you hear Stacey Dash's comments?
Now I'm so out of the loop on some things, but I heard Stacey Dash. I saw in a clip, but I posted one of her pictures on King magazine when she was on the cover. But what I'm hearing from people is that she got to be one of the dumbest bitches, excuse my language, in the game. I feel she's entitled to her opinion. I really believe that we really shouldn't have Black History Month. I really believe that we shouldn't really have the BET Awards because here's the point. We can't complain because, like I said, that's not our show. Why would we complain to be, just like we're the only people that can call each other nigger, but then somebody else calls us nigger, we really want to have offended. So we have our own trend. Yes, we want to be acknowledged for the right thing, and the Oscar is the most prestige award you can get into the business. But nobody I know on 145th Street in Harlem, nobody I know in the streets of Compton, nobody I know in the streets of Oakland, California, and Merritt Park, nobody I know in Chicago, Illinois, or Miami is going to really watch the motherfucking Oscars. I don't think they care. No street person I know really gives a fuck about the Oscars. So it's a personal thing. I believe everybody's entitled to their opinion. And if that's the way she feels, it doesn't mean she's wrong. It doesn't mean she's right. You have to respect her vision. And that's it. We can't get her to change and for her to think otherwise. Am I making sense?
Okay, well, she said that, you know, you either are going to have segregation or integration. If you're going to have integration, then you shouldn't have a BET or a BET Awards or an Image Awards.
Right.
Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. I believe we got to stop fucking complaining, yo. Like, I'm really down for let's make everything even and we do what we do. Or if that's the problem, we create our own Oscar for the film industry, just like we have our own awards for music. We could do the same thing.
Right, because you don't have a Black Movie Awards.
We don't have a Black Movie Awards. It's just that we, for somehow, some way, we always think white is better. No disrespect, because I know you're white, but I know we got to keep it 100. But we always think that white is better, and that's not always necessary. We can create our own thing. We got the Oprah Winfrey's, the Will Smiths with that type of money, the Russell Simmons, that type of money. We could create our own thing to the point they get sponsorship, etc., and create something that we'll be proud of and move forward. But because it's the Oscars and they think it's, oh, we want to go to the Oscars, it's just a personal opinion.
Well, it's interesting because Trump actually commented on this.
Okay, I'm interested to see what he said.
Well, he said that whites don't get nominated at BET Awards.
And that's true.
Actually, it's not. Because Eminem, Iggy Azalea, Robin Thicke, Sam Smith, and Justin Timberlake,
and I can see what he's saying.
And Justin Bieber have all been nominated at the BET Awards, and some have even won.
Over the last 25 years, but they're not nominated every year. And that's the same thing with the Oscars. We get it every 20 years also, but there's only one or two. So you could take Trump's situation and break it out of context, but I see what he's saying. He's basically saying not every year. But every topic we'll talk about, somebody in America is going to find something to complain about. So you cannot make everybody happy. But you know what I mean?
Right.
It's impossible.
I mean, and to be fair, if you look at musicians around the world,
yes,
you know, especially in America, if you talk to 100 musicians and they say, would you rather have a Grammy or a BET award? Most of them will say Grammy.
Oh, everybody's gonna say motherfucking Grammy. Not most of them. All of them will say a Grammy. It's just the way life has brought us to this point. You know, like I said, we think the Grammy is better, but it's like you said, no one really respects the BET Awards. You know why? Because look at the way we come there dressed. They come there dressed any kind of way, but when they go to the Grammys, nobody's coming on stage with a bike. Nobody's coming on stage with jeans on and sneakers. Everybody's coming to the Grammys with there's a dress code. And in order for the BET Awards to get taken seriously, the dress code has to change where men should wear suits and ladies should wear dresses, and then you start bringing the value up of the brand.
So, just to make it clear, you're agreeing with Stacey Dash.
I'm agreeing with Stacey Dash. Yeah, I'm agreeing with her.
This is going to make you a little unpopular.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can carry the weight.
Bun B made a comment about Stacey Dash. So Bun B said, for everyone that don't know that looks don't mean a goddamn thing, if the inside of you is ugly as fuck, here's your proof. Her black skin drives her crazy. And as hard as she tries to separate herself from the black community, she doesn't even realize her token role as a pawn in their game. You're black. Hating yourself and us won't make them love you. The best you'll ever hear is, you're not like the rest of them. And if that works for you, then cool. Hashtag the biggest coon in the room.
Well, again, every person on this earth, every person that's watching this video that's gonna see it, whether they agree with me or not, you are entitled to your opinion. You can't say to me, TK, you fucked up for believing her, if that's my opinion. That's how I feel. Doesn't make me a bad guy. Doesn't make me a righteous guy. It's just on this particular topic, on this issue right here, I'm hearing what she's saying. There's no skin color here. It's just that demonstration is better than conversation. And you got to put things in perspective and the way it is. If we want the BET Awards to get prestige, we have to make the brand standard high by dressing the part, walking the walk, and doing everything that's necessary to do it. Because like I said, when I watched the BET, now it's been getting a lot better over the years, a lot better. But we have to continue that. And I guarantee you one day, the BET Awards, if we come up with another situation where we could represent our Afro-American people of color and whites as well, that we have our own thing, then let it so be it. But I can't go to the Oscars and say, hey, I did a movie. You need to let me in, because I'm saying, fuck you, I ain't got to do a motherfucking thing. If I don't want to bring you in here, I ain't got to do it. And that's just life. We got to learn to live with it.
We just decided, like, fuck it, you know? When we was able to see each other face to face on some grown man shit, it was like, you know, I ain't got no beef, I don't have no problem, you ain't got no problem, fuck it. And that's just what it was.
Stripping, getting my own money and leaving. How was I gonna leave if I only made $200 every week? Ain't no way.
So basically stripping saved your life?
Yeah, you know what, it really did though.